Hustle culture can be great because it gives people an avenue towards progress and fulfillment. But what is becoming more and more apparent about this lifestyle is that many people, and I've been guilty of this as well, allow success and money to become the driving factors in their life. Things like career advancement or growth start dominating our thinking and our focus. If you're here watching this video and you are any bit of a career-oriented person, this is a topic to at least be aware of. In this video, it's going to be through the lens of an Orthodox Christian, myself, but some of these principles will apply to several different religions. Of course, Catholicism, but also Islam and Judaism. If you're not religious, I would encourage you to just think about this conversation through the lens of whatever you would consider to be a virtuous person. In the book of Exodus, the last of the 10 commandments is thou shalt not covet. And the word covet there is the same word that's used in the book of Psalms, where it says that the scriptures are to be more desired than gold. So sometimes that word desire can be a positive thing, and other times it's covetousness. It can be sinful. So how can we tell if our careers or making money has truly become the priority in our hearts? Well, I don't know for sure, but one very practical thought is, especially considering how limited and valuable time is in all of our busy lives today, just look to where you are devoting your free time. Because time is such a valuable resource, looking to where you're investing that time will start to show you where your true internal desires may lie. For me, that has been things like academic programs like the CFA program, sometimes just playing a lot of video games, or working on this YouTube channel. And if I'm really honest with myself about how much time I've spent throughout different periods of my life doing those three different things, especially once I compare that to how much time I was spending in prayer or reading the Bible or worshiping, I don't really like the answer. And when we look at where we are spending our time, I think many of us would not be super impressed with what we find. Now, this love of money or making success an idol in your life is a tricky one because it's really camouflaged through the culture we live in today. So much of our modern world today praises hard work and monetary success resulting from it. Your parents, certainly your managers at work, your friends, people on the internet. Everyone will praise you for allowing money to become your God. Think about that world that we're living in right now. And all of that cultural praise makes this issue harder to recognize than probably any other. Also very important to this conversation, the idea that hustle culture can bring, that growth and advancement and money is the key to success and fulfillment, is a total lie. Worldly success does not really make us happy. Whenever you talk to old people, it seems like everyone has learned that lesson at some point or another throughout their lifetime. Money and progress never really bring true fulfillment to our human souls. And everyone that has gone down this path searching for fulfillment through these avenues is always left searching for more. In 1 Timothy chapter 6 is the famous quote, which actually gets misquoted pretty often. What the verse says is that the love of money is the root of all evil. And obviously the phrasing there is important. Actually, just having money is not evil by itself, but the love of it, placing that as the idol in your life, the focus of your life, is the root of all evil. I mean, that's a powerful statement. It goes on to say that it is through that craving of money that many people have wandered away from the faith. So literally, this hustle culture mindset can cause us, and many times has, to deviate from other beliefs that we may have previously held very true and important to our lives. It can literally take over those thoughts. Matthew chapter 6 says that no one can serve two masters. He will either hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. And that second line is really where we're referring to being devoted to money and despising God. It's just such an ugly thing when you really start to think about how this can materialize in our lives. So it should be clear that making your career or money the God of your life is not a good move. But it can still be hard to switch our mentalities away from that type of thinking, especially considering that is the general framework, the general worldview of so much of the culture in which we live and operate in. One thing that could help is internalizing this realization that God wants our time. He loves us. God is always trying to get our attention. Psalms 100 says that He created us to fellowship with Him and do His will. It's pretty straightforward right there, right? Just hang out with Him, do His will, His works. God wants to speak to us every day through the Bible and by His Spirit. In order to hear Him, we must be willing to listen. We must put aside our selfish desires for career advancement, success, and money, and reprioritize things that we may have lost throughout our lives. So just very practically again, this is a conversation about ignoring our Father to focus on some other thing that has zero eternal value. And not only is it worthless, but it also can cause us to push away completely the things that are valuable. Of course, all of this is only the tip of the iceberg of this conversation around hustle culture. So please let me know your 2 cents, and also just let me know in the comments down below if you appreciate this style of video or not. And as always, thanks for watching.